Some people often complain about their lives and therefore do not notice that they live in a state of depression. If you feel that you cannot attain something, feel dull and helpless, then remember the superhuman from our today's top 8 people whose chances, will, and cheerfulness are rather limitless than limited. The story of this fighter would not be remarkable for something special, if not for one thing only. Nick Newell copes with all life's misfortunes and rivals in the ring with one hand from birth. Being a schoolboy and later a college student, he went to the ring often. He was defeated in the first 17 fights, but then he adjusted and managed to win more than 300 times. As a result, he acquired a skill that allowed him to defeat his rivals in the MMA. Nick Newell decides to try himself in mixed martial arts at the age of 23. As Nick says, it was difficult to find opponents at first, because most would be ashamed to boast of a victory over a one-armed fighter, and it would doubly be offensive for the defeat in the fight with him. Nevertheless, Nick managed to hold 5 fights and win in amateur MMA in all battles. It was enough to sign a contract with the promotion. Newell went down in history as he became the first one-armed fighter in the MMA who won the champion title of a major promotion, XFC, in December 2012. Newell won by strangulation in the first round in a fight against Eric Reynolds. Nick becomes a truly historic fighter. He lost just one fight in the professional ring in the title fight against undefeated Justin Gaethje. Girl with allergies to the sun. The sun causes not just irritation, the entire body becomes blistered after contact with the sun's rays. She has to cover all parts of her body with clothes to go out into the street. But the girl does not get upset and continues to live a full life, spending time with the same people in the places where night is day and day is night. Yes, they do everything that ordinary people do, but only after the sun goes over the horizon. Bryn Duncan is the girl who received the nickname Bubble Bryn. She lives with an allergy to everything. Literally, she has allergies to grass, trees, smoke, vegetables, and fruit. In a word, an allergy to life. Duncan has a rare disease called fat cell activation syndrome. She is on Benadryl treatment, which is taken into the body around the clock. Health problems made her feel as though she was living in a bubble. This explains the name of her blog. But the girl does not cry. She has an allergy to tears. She leads an active lifestyle as her peers. Bryn engages in martial arts, plays guitar, leads a blog about her life, and makes new acquaintances. Loving parents and friends support her in everything. Duncan was hospitalized more than 30 times. Today I can walk up the stairs without thinking twice about it, she writes. With the help of Benadryl, she eats foods that do not cause her allergies. This is what her latest photos from Instagram say. Let's wish good luck to this lovely, cheerful girl. Mark Goffeni is a true rocker who plays the guitar with no hands. It's beautifully obtained from his feet. So rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, yeah. At first he played in the streets of Los Angeles, and now travels the world giving performances from his own band and surprising people with his concerts. He earned and donated $13 million to charitable organizations for children. Famous musicians gave Mark the nickname, The Thumb. He opened concerts of such stars as Tom Petty, Def Leppard, and Journey. Kyle Maynard. The boy was not born healthy. His condition is called congenital amputation of the limbs. Kyle does not have legs above the knees and hands to the elbow. Kyle grew up as a very active child and was especially fond of martial arts. So at the age of 11, he began to engage in wrestling. Surprisingly, the boy without arms and legs showed exactly the qualities that are necessary for a successful fighter. Maynard spends hours at the gym. He firmly decided to become a champion. He tied the straps to his arms. He worked on the rings, pressed the weight lying down, and did many other strength exercises with the help of simple adaptations. However, the prowess in the gym was not all that the ambition guy dreamed of. So, Kyle Maynard became the first fighter with 4 amputated limbs, officially ranked among the sportsmen of mixed martial arts in 2009. In addition to these achievements, he conquered the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro, becoming the first man without arms and legs standing on the rooftop of Africa, whose height is 19,341 feet. He is the author of his own book called No Excuses. Kyle is traveling around the world, conducts a lot of speeches to motivate people like him with disabilities. Although I want to say about Maynard that this is a person whose capabilities do not know the boundaries. After telling about Kyle Maynard, we need to mention Nick Vujicic. You do not know how. You're nobody. Nick heard it every day at school, and at some point, he realized that foreign words and actions cannot determine his personality. His life has changed dramatically since that moment. Life played with him with the lack of hands and feet, so why not laugh at him? Once, Nick dressed himself in a pilot's uniform and with the permission of the airline, met the passengers on boarding with the words, "Today we are experiencing a new aircraft control technology, and I'm your pilot." He is a successful motivational speaker and businessman. His main talent is the ability to persuade. Nick plays football, tennis, swims well, surfs, and jumps with a parachute, in no way limiting himself. He is married and already has 2 sons. His attitude to life can be compared with a remote control. Nick Vujicic says, "If you do not like the program that you are watching, you just take the remote control and switch the TV to another program." Such strong-willed people are not only in America. Alexei Talai. He is also called the Russian Nick Vujicic, the last victim of the Second World War. German newspapers wrote about him. Being a 16-year-old boy, Alexei Talai came to the village to congratulate his veteran grandfather on his upcoming holiday. The village boys built a huge fire near the field, which Alexei tried to extinguish. A few seconds later, there was an explosion. It was a mine of the Second World War that detonated from the effects of temperature. The boy miraculously did not lose consciousness after the explosion. He still could not get up on his feet that day. He was left without limbs. Doctors honestly warned relatives that Alexei will not survive. He had 2 days to be a weak-willed houseplant and a burden to parents or start acting. Alexei chooses the second way. He learns his new body, does not spare himself, and learns to do everything alone. Later, he studies computer use and opens his business and charity fund, gets a black belt in karate, finds many new friends through the internet, and travels the world visiting many different countries. People often considered Alexei Nick as Vujicic in the USA. Passbyers smiled and greeted, asked permission to take a pic. He destroyed all the limits of disbelief. The harder the fight, the greater the victory, says 32-year-old Alexei Talai. He is the father of 3 children, a businessman who takes inspiration for actions and advancement in business from his loving wife. Raman Siaman is one of the most powerful people on the planet and the strongest participant in the Paralympic Games. Heavyweight entered his name in the history of the Paralympic competitions in Rio de Janeiro. He crossed the border at 661 pounds in bench press and, breaking his own world record, set a new benchmark for followers and rivals in 683 pounds. Everyone knows the importance of the legs in bench press. They do not help Raymond, but this did not stop him from breaking 2 records at once, World and Paralympic.
What will be if we wrap you round and round with Scotch tape? Throw the whole package into a microwave oven. Roast it quite well. Feed that to a giant hungry whale. After that, drown you in the ocean. Then bury you alive, send you into space. Then let you drop back down to Earth straight to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. After that, take you out and dry you under a nice warm lightning storm. Dress you up, comb you out, stick you on a plane, climb to a height of 30,000 feet, and toss you out once more, where you plummet back down to the unyielding surface. Of course, without a parachute. What will happen then? Let's ask Arnold. How are you feeling, buddy? You still on your feet? Well then, how about this? There's no time to explain. Just click on the link in the description and watch the first episode in this awesomely great new cartoon series, soon to explode across the entire damn internet. Come on, press the button. You can't resist subscribing to this channel.